Okay.
It will take 1 minute only. Just
Okay,
wait.
sir. Okay, sir. No problem.
Shall I start, sir? So, very good evening to you all. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur, is organized World Record Series 2. Today there is 225th day of this long World Record Series. And the keynote speaker for today's session is on dais Honorable Anjana Tiwari, Madam. So first of all, I welcome to you, Madam, on the dais. I welcome the Chief Organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M. Bedkar, sir. I welcome the faculties, members of my college, Dr. Sanjay Kale, sir, Dr. Anita Dole, Madam, Honorable Praveen Udge, sir, and others. And heartily welcome all those dear participants. The topic for today's presentation is an applied chemistry. Now this topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, Anjana Tiwari, Madam. It's my pleasure to introduce in short today's keynote speaker, Honorable Anjana Tiwari, Madam. She is serving as an PGT teachers in chemistry, postgraduate teacher in chemistry from St. Paul's Senior Secondary School, Mathura in UP states. So with this brief introduction, now I request to you, Madam, please start your presentation on the topic applied chemistry. You are most welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, basically my topic is applied chemistry. As we think that chemistry is a branch of science and there is a different type of chemicals, molecule, and these all are things. But basically, I'm going to tell you the basic concept of the chemistry where it is applicable in our everyday life. Means we think this is the science, but when we think, we see around us, this is the part of our life. Without this we cannot exist. That means we are eating chemistry, we are talking chemistry, we are the important part of our life is chemistry. That I'm going to explain. So basically I will start from the definition of chemistry. Exactly what is the chemistry? First of all, I will explain you what is the meaning of this chemistry related to the science subject, but basically I will just relate to our life only. Chemistry is the means I can say that this is the branch of the science, but it is related to the life that our chemistry is study of the chemistry only small matter around us. That is the chemistry. But exactly, we are thinking that this is the branch of the science and chemistry is very big thing. We cannot understand, we cannot study this. As we know, what is matter, as I told you that this is the chemistry is the study of matter around us, that is particularly known as chemistry. But when we think about that chemistry, what is the matter? Exactly, matter is what around us, anything that is having mass around us, that is known as matter. Now around us there is a living things, non-living, everything, and this is the part, everything that is having mass occupies space is known as matter. Means हमारे सराउंडिंग में जो कुछ भी है, that is the matter, either living or non-living. But this matter is made up by small particles. For example, if I'm saying my book, mobile, table, chair, air, everything is matter that is having mass and occupies space, living as well as non-living. Now, this matter, how it is related to the chemistry, that is more important. This matter, as we know, it is made up by very small particles. That particle in chemistry, we are saying it is an atom. Small particle of that matter is known as atom. This atom, when it combines, it is known as, when same kind of atom group together, it is element. And when this element combines together, it is known as molecule. When this element combines in a fixed ratio, that is known as compound. So that means this small atom which is present in matter, and this matter is a known as atom, element, molecule, and compound. And basically when we combine these all, means molecule, element, compound, then we are saying that we are doing the study of chemistry. I think you people are getting me, whatever I am explaining. Exactly.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Please continue. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So matter around us, that is the chemistry. Now this matter may be atom, small atom, this matter may be element, this matter may be compound or anything. Now, especially अब आपको क्या है कि इस chemistry, how it is related to the matter, just now I told you atom. As we know, it is the part of the living as well as non-living. Means we are also made up by the atom. Everything that we have, living as well as non-living, that is made up by atom, that we cannot see by the naked eyes. But when we see the element like hydrogen, oxygen, these kind of elements in the form of gases like oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, hydrogen gas, then we are thinking they're the existence of chemistry. Otherwise, we are thinking this is the science branch. This is not a, we cannot, we require the effort to do the study. And when we think to just correlate in the life, this is very simple thing that matter around us, that is the chemistry. So now I'm going to tell you exactly how we are going to classify the chemistry. First of all, I just now I told you that the study of the basic study of the matter, we are saying that is the chemistry. Now the branches of chemistry is what? There are several branches, but the main branch of the chemistry is three. One is the organic, one is the physical, and one is the physical, inorganic, and organic. Three main branches of the chemistry existing, in which the most important part is the organic. That is the organic, that means the particular element carbon and its compound, which is exactly related to the our life. Most of the part of the life is depends on the organic chemistry. And in the organic chemistry is the basic branch of the chemistry where we are dealing with the carbon and its compound. Carbon and its compound. Many example we are watching everyday life: carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, mineral. These all compounds, whatever we are taking in a food, these all compounds are like a carbohydrate. These all compounds is the organic compound. And after that, there is a inorganic branches, physical chemistry. Inorganic branches, if we conclude inorganic branches, simple chemistry branch where we are dealing all elements and its nature, compound, molecule, physical nature, chemical nature, that is the inorganic. Inorganic में सबसे important हमारी life के लिए जो है, that is the oxygen. Oxygen, without oxygen we cannot survive. And oxygen is the part where we are dealing, that is comes in the inorganic chemistry. That means except carbon, all the elements which we are dealing, that comes in the inorganic chemistry. Similarly, physical chemistry, all the rules, chemical structure, reactions, these all comes in the category of the physical chemistry. We are dealing with the physical chemistry. So basically three branches, in which the most important branch for us is the chemistry, and that is the organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, now these chemistries differ. Again, it is divided into many parts, like we have heard: biochemistry, industrial chemistry, petroleum chemistry. These all are the sub branches of the chemistry, but actually the main part is the related to the organic. Means we can say organic, again it is divided into the many category, that is the biochemistry, that may be nuclear chemistry, that may be petroleum chemistry, that can be clinical chemistry. These all branches we can consider in the form of that the organic chemistry. After that, these branches, I'm going to just one by one, I am going to explain that what is the exactly these branches we are going to deal. Like petroleum chemistry. Petroleum, first branch of the chemistry, organic, we are dealing the petroleum chemistry. In petroleum chemistry, as we know, we are totally depends on the fuel and lubricants. Fuel, that means this fuel can be physically, it is of two type, maybe so on the basis of their nature, solid, liquid, and gas. Are their sources, primary source as well as secondary sources. So these fuels can be, again comes in the category of the petroleum chemistry. As we know, this fuel can be solid. For example, we can take coke, coal, and wood is the best example of the that solid fuel. Secondly, liquid, gasoline, petrol, diesel, these all in the comes in the category of the liquid fuel. And after that, gas, CNG, LPG. And this, as we know, that this is the important part of our life, petroleum chemistry. So basically my topic is applied chemistry. That's why I want to just explore this topic, how it is related to our life. We are thinking that this is the science, but actually science, it is a completely science, but it is exists in our life, and we are every day we are watching the different kind of things around us, but we cannot correlate these all things with the chemistry. That's why simple example I have taken, like petroleum chemistry, I have taken fuel as well as lubricant. That lubricant, again, it is a kind of fluid we are using just to reduce the friction, to wear the tear and wear pressures of the that these all things. This lubricant, again, it is act as a coolant. So these all the some basic examples of the petroleum chemistry. Now second branch of the organic, that is the industrial chemistry. In industry, the main branch of the industry, that is the pharmaceutical, clinical. So these pharmaceutical drugs, we are making different kind of drugs with the pharmaceutical chemistry. As we know, drugs can be used as a medicine as well as it can be drug. There's a little bit difference between the medicine and drug. Now, medicine and drug. Medicine is a that is a chemical compound we are using a very small amount, and it is according to the requirement. Where a drug we are using, that is a addictive. That may be addictive. Regularly use of the drug, that is the addiction. The basically chemically there is no difference, but depends on the action, depends on the organism. It can act as a medicine or it can act as a drug. Our nature of habit, what how we are taking this medicine, are these drugs. So simple example I have taken from the industry, like drug. There is a one drug research institute that is situated in the Lucknow CDRI, Central Drug Research Institute, that we are doing the experiment of the different kind of medicine as well as different kind of the drug, how it works and how long it works and how it is affected to the different living as well as living organisms. Now, after this petroleum chemistry, after industrial chemistry, in the industrial chemistry, as we see that formation of paints, dyes, ink, cosmetics, these all comes in the category of the industrial chemistry. Normally we are using, but we don't know from where it comes. It is the part of our chemistry, whatever we are using. Like in our house, if we see a kitchen, that the first part we start from the kitchen. Kitchen is very important unit of our life, but this is important because there is a chemistry. When we start thinking that in the kitchen where is a chemistry, just simple thing, basic example I'm going to take: sodium chloride, salt. Every day we are taking salt. This salt, sodium chloride, this salt, maybe we are keeping three kind of salt, matlab normal salt, table salt, black salt, and rock salt. Normal fasting days we are taking rock salt. Fruits we are taking the black salt, and normally we are taking the simple salt, table salt, that is NaCl. Formula for all the chemical formula is similar, NaCl, and this is the very important part of our life. That means in chemistry, the basic important chemistry in kitchen chemistry start from the salt. That may be simple salt, rock salt, black salt. As we know, without salt our life cannot exist. It's a very simple. Chemically, this formula is big, sodium chloride, NaCl, but it is important how it is applicable for our life. That is the simple salt. It regulates the blood pressure, as we know, and it is the important minerals also. The basic difference between the rock salt, black salt, and table salt is the formula is similar, only content of minerals are different. Means rock salt, minerals are different, black salt, minerals are different, table salt is the particularly NaCl. There is a sodium chloride, only sodium chloride is there to maintain the sodium potassium pump in our blood system, that is required. So basic started, I have the kitchen chemistry. Kitchen chemistry, the first important ingredient like the sodium chloride. Second important ingredient, as we know, oil and fat. Again, oil and fat is nothing. It is a saturated or unsaturated carbon compounds. Fatty acids. Fatty acid, again, this is the part of the organic. There is a carbon only, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. As we know, in the nature, carbon and hydrogen, it is a best friend. So wherever carbon will be there, hydrogen will be there. So means carbon compound always made up by carbon, hydrogen, and sometimes oxygen is there. So second important ingredient of our chemistry in the kitchen, that is the oil, which is the saturated or oil and fat, saturated or unsaturated fatty acid. It is the organic acid. Third important that we are using, baking soda and baking powder. Normally it is a kitchen ingredient that I have started the chemistry in the kitchen. So that is the baking soda and baking powder, which formula is sodium bicarbonate, NaSCO3, and sodium bicarbonate, when we mix the tartaric acid, it is a baking powder. So for the bakery item, we are using the baking powder. And for the cooking purpose, we are using the, to make the soft something, that we are using the like crispy pakode, if you want to make that, we are using the sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, NaSCO3, baking soda. Basic difference between baking soda and baking powder is nothing. Baking soda is a one compound, NaSCO3, whereas baking powder is a mixture of sodium bicarbonate, NaSCO3, and there is a tartaric acid. Because as we know, when we use only sodium bicarbonate, the cake becomes fluffy, but maybe it is bitter in taste because of the basic nature of the sodium bicarbonate. That's why, just to neutralize this baking soda, we are using the tartaric acid, and that mixture is known as the baking powder. And normally we are confused what is the baking soda and what is the baking powder. So chemically there is a difference. One is the compound and one is the mixture. But normally we do not know which is the baking powder, where we are using baking powder and where we are using the baking soda. Baking soda we are using to just make the crispy pakode and all the soft, to make it soft. But baking powder for the all bakery items. Third ingredients, that is the baking soda and baking powder. So these are the some common ingredients we are using in chemistry. And we know that chemistry is the science. Actually, it is a science, but it is the part of life. Our part of life. This is the kitchen part, what I am dealing. Now, as we know, after this, oil, um, salt, baking soda, eno we are using normally, vinegar we are using in our phrase, in our kitchen, normal ingredients like vinegar, which is again organic compound. And just now I told you the basic, our life is depend on the organic chemistry, that is the carbon and hydrogen and oxygen. So most of the things, whatever you are using, like we are using the different part, the pulses, the proteins, milk, fat, lipids, these all are having the carbon compounds. That's why what I said, that kitchen is also having the chemistry. The small chemistry lab is kitchen. Sodium chloride, baking soda, baking powder, and vinegar, bleaching powder. These all we are keeping in our kitchen, but we do not exactly it is a chemistry. Hopefully, you people are getting me what is chemistry in kitchen, what we are using. Everyone? Yeah. Yeah. After that, the basic content we are using food preservative. In the kitchen, we are keeping food preservative. Food preservative, again, it is a chemical compound that we are using normally, like example आपका है BHA, BHT, and this example sodium benzoate, basic example, and even then oil as well as sodium chloride. It is also act as a food preservative. Any kind of food we can preserve for the long duration, just to add small amount of these chemicals. And these chemicals, again, it is a carbon compound which we are using. For example, we are using BHA, BHT, sodium benzoate, sodium. Actually, chemistry, if I'm explaining the structure of the chemistry, that is very difficult. But just now I'm telling only the name, whatever we are using in our life, but we do not know that exactly we are using the chemistry in our life. So this is the some basic thing: the salt, the baking soda, baking powder, vinegar, food preservative, antioxidant we are using in our food, but we do not know that exactly there is some chemical structure, some chemical property is there, and this is basic known as chemistry. Now, some again food preservative names like sodium. It is written, if we see the check the that close cans are there, and they have written especially the food preservatives. But we do not know exactly which preservative and why we are using. There are some few common name like sodium benzoate, sodium meta sulfite, like sodium paraben, ethyl paraben. These are the some common food preservative that is written on the cane, closed cane, but we do not know exactly what is the role of these food preservative. Nothing. It is just going to keep the safe food for the particular time according to the nature of the food as well as the preservative. Accordingly, that. Okay. After that, these food preservative we are using in our life, daily life, that does some cleaning agent like soap and detergent. Soap and detergent, again, it is the very part of our important part of our life. Soap and detergent, again, it is an organic compound, That soap is a long chain, it is a salt of long chain fatty acid of the sodium or potassium. But we do not know this soap may have color, may have fragrance, different color, different order. We are adding it, but basically there is a compound. That compound is the organic compound salt of the higher fatty acid. So maybe salt of the sodium, maybe salt of the potassium. These two compounds are only present in the soap that we are using normally for our daily life. The soap as well as detergent. Detergent, the difference of the soap and detergent, soap can act in the only, it can act as a hard, it can act, it work in a soft water, whereas detergent, it can work in hard as well as soft water both. This is the basic difference. Structure wise, it is also different. Soap and detergent, but both are a kind of salt of the organic compound. That is the long chain fatty acid. There is a sodium or potassium, but the basic difference how it work with the water, as we know, there is a formation of micelles when we apply the soap or detergent. There is a formation of micelles. For normally we are saying the foam, झाग जिसको कहते हैं. That is just due to the reaction between the soap and water. If both are reacting, soap and water, there is a formation of micelles just due to the action of the this positive part, that means the sodium salt and potassium, and negative part, that is the fatty acid. When it combined to the polar molecule of the water as positive OH negative, then it make a different kind of product, and it comes in the form of micelles that just take out the dust from our body or from our clothes. So basically, again, so this soap as well as detergent is also part of our the life basic need, whatever we are using as a in our chemistry, and that's why we cannot say that our life exists without chemistry. Chemistry is the important part of our life. Soap, detergent, kitchen, industry, different kind of industry, petroleum industry, there is a biochemistry, there is a drug chemistry, different kind of industries there just to establish this chemistry. After that, the third, that is the very common thing we are keeping in our house, that is the sodium peroxide. Normal example I have taken so that we can understand exactly around us, exactly chemistry is not present or not. Hydrogen peroxide, that formula is H2O2, and normally we are using as a disinfectant. This hydrogen peroxide we are using for the sometime for the skin allergy, and sometimes just to take out the extra wax which is present in our air, that we are using the hydrogen peroxide. And normally we are keeping, or we just take from the this medicine we are taking from the that shop, chemist shop, and we are using normal purpose for that. This hydrogen peroxide act as a bleaching reagent also. One more bleaching reagent is the bleaching powder, white in color, which formula is CaOCl2. Just to clean the floor, we are using the bleaching powder. So normal, these all substances we are keeping in our house, and we are thinking that the chemistry is science. This is the science, but we are using, and this is the part of our life. That various example I had given for the kitchen. Now, various example I have given, like the cleaning action of the that soap, detergent, bleaching action, bleaching powder, hydrogen peroxide. These all are example of the few example of the things that we are using in for just related to the chemistry. Now, after that, if I am saying cement, glass, fertilizer, these all are again related to the chemistry only. Then, if I'm going to elaborate my topic by the 1 or 2 line definition as well as example, if I'm saying the fertilizer, again, fertilizer is nothing. Fertilizer is a compound. I cannot say that is an organic compound. It is a compound which contain mostly nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. As we know, then my topic is applied chemistry. That means kitchen to the garden, kitchen to the that field, khet se khalihan, how we can just khet se khalihan, how we can correlate our chemistry. That is kitchen example, various example I have given. Now in field we are using the fertilizer. This fertilizer is a chemical compound that is having main content nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. As we know, this is the important part of the plant growth. Plant growth requires some nutrients, and the nutrients that is related to the growth of plant is the fertilizer. This fertilizer can categorize into three way. That is the nitrogen rich fertilizer, phosphorus rich fertilizer, and potassium rich fertilizer. According to the nature of the soil, that means soil nature decide the growth of plant also. Means this soil, if it is the farmer check usually that soil, what is the nature of the soil, and accordingly we are adding the that fertilizer. Nature of the soil, that soil can be acidic, can be basic. Accordingly we will use the, and in which, suppose that which plant we want to show there, and that plant growth required which kind of fertilizer. That first of all we will check the pH level of the that particular soil. So farmers used to do like this. They usually check. Normally, chemists they used to check the pH in the lab. But farmers, just to take the texture, color, they are just using the fertilizer according to the nature of the soil. Means they do not require the chemistry lab for the checking for the pH level for this. They just check the soil in hand. They are taking the in the hand and just texture, color, and what required fertilizer it required, they are adding accordingly. I have told you that three kind of fertilizer we are keeping: nitrogen rich fertilizer, phosphorus rich fertilizer, and potassium rich fertilizer. So according to the requirement of the plant growth, we are adding the fertilizer. And again, it is the part of chemistry. Just now I told you in a small definition: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium fertilizers. After that, this fertilizer, we will check the pH level also. We can check that what growth required for the plant, which chemical required for the plant. Then, as when I come to the that cement, glass, different kind of cosmetic, that is also having the chemistry. Like, as you know, glass, cement. Without this, we cannot make our house. Different kind of house. We are making house with the help of cement, silica, glasses, just to make the different kind of lab apparatus. So again, glass look like that it is a what? It is a chemistry, nothing else. It is a made up by the sodium silicate, calcium silicate, and silica. When we are adding in a different proportion, and after addition of this different kind of chemicals, just the process is there to cooling. It is a transparent. Glasses look like a solid, but actually it is a transparent liquid. It's not a solid, it is a transparent liquid. But the procedure depends on the nature how we are making in the lab. It is the process of annealing, just cool down at a very high temperature, slow cooling that make a solid. That is the transparent liquid. Look like a transparent liquid, but it is actually solid. So very normally we can say the cool temperature, very low temperature. This glass solidify, and this glass we are using just to make our houses, windows, and this glass varieties are different type. Like glass ki varieties, if we see car window, we are using the different kind of glass apparatus in the lab also. That is, we are using the glass in specs also. These all little bit difference in the chemical composition, but again it is the part of chemistry only we are using. And main of the this one is the calcium silicate, sodium silicate, potassium silicate. We are adding in a different way, different proportion, and there is a particular method to make the glass. So again, glass is the part of our life as well as related to the chemistry. Now, we must have heard the POP, plaster of Paris, gypsum, cement, these all related to the chemistry, which is having the particular chemical formula, but uses are different. Like POP, normal chemical formula is the white in color. Chemical formula is calcium sulfate, CaSO4, dot 2H2, means two water molecule is there. And different kind of statue. Even doctors use just to put the fracture bone, just to settle it. We are using the POP. So these kind of chemistry we are using in our daily life, but sometimes we feel chemistry is a science. Yes, it is a science, but what it is, are really it is existing with us, around us, in kitchen, in industry, in that means like khet to khalian. Just now told you, means kitchen to field, how it is related. So many things I have given the example that is related to the chemistry, but existing in our daily life. One more example, basic example, like if I consider the drugs category, antacid. Normally, we are keeping the antacid in our home like Eno. like some liquid solution, magnesium hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide, like in the form of tablet diazine. We are keeping rentacid, these kind of tablets we are keeping, and these are act as an antacid. That means antacid is the chemical compound which reduces the more secretion of the acid in our stomach, and just after taking these neutralizes the, like we know that our stomach, that is there is a continuous release of hydrochloric acid, but this hydrochloric acid is a strong acid, but it required for the digestion also. Just to neutralize, sometime we, when we are eating the spicy food and different kind of junk food, we feel the problem of acidity. Just to reduce this problem acidity in our house, we are keeping simple thing eno, like simple we are keeping the some suspension solution in the form of hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, and barium hydroxide. These kind of solution we are keeping as an antacid. These are again the part of the chemistry, but we sometimes we are not aware actually it is a chemistry. So anti-acid, anti-fertility drug, antihistamines, some problem like sleeping problem, tension, stress. These kinds require the different category of the drugs. Antibiotic, disinfectant, antiseptic. The few example like disinfectant we are keeping in our house, like phenyl bottle, phenol, like potassium permanganate solution, like 0.2% phenol solution in our house we are keeping, just to clean, just to inhibit the growth of the microorganism. And daily, in daily life, we are also using the disinfectant, antiseptic, very common antiseptic we are keeping as a boroplus, tincture of iodine. So these tincture of iodine, like if I'm taking the basic example, tincture of iodine we are using just to clean the wound, and it is nothing. It is a mixture of the iodine as well as alcohol. Small amount of alcohol and iodine we are mixing together and make a particular solution that is known as tincture of iodine. And this tincture of iodine we are keeping just to as a to work as an antiseptic, lotion or cream. Disinfectant, potassium permanganate, that is purple in color, and normally when we see, when we enter in any hospital at the outside the gate area, they are keeping the they are just putting the KMNO4 solution just to act as a disinfectant. Our shoes, our slippers, that we are having different kind of microorganisms, just dip it to get the disinfect, and after that it is allowed to go inside in the hospitals. So nothing else. This is the strong in disinfectant, that is potassium permanganate, KMNO4, purple in color. And we observe that what kind of solution it is giving, nothing, just to reduce the growth of this microorganism, bacteria, these all things. We are using the disinfectant, antiseptic, like commonly basic common antiseptic. It was the penicillin. Earlier we were using the antiseptic. This one now different category of the antiseptic creams are modified it, and normally it is according to the action of the body, the action of the particular organism, which for the which organism we want to make it, that is the categorized according to that. Means on which body part we are going to use, as well as for what kind of microorganism we are going to use. So accordingly, there is a different category of antiseptics also. Antibiotic also here we are taking normally at the time of the some bacterial infection, some viral infection, like this. Again, what is the difference between antiseptic and antibiotic? As we know, antibiotic, it is a we can use in the form of injection, we in the form of medicine, drugs. But antiseptic, it is only for the external use, whereas antibiotic we can use for the internal also. Antibiotic and antiseptic, there is a big difference. Now, the word, it is very similar, but it's similarity in the chemistry also. There is a big difference, as well as in the uses. It is a difference, external as well as internal. Antibiotic we are using as a internal, whereas antiseptic we are using as a external purpose. So these are the some category of the drugs: antiseptic, disinfectant, antibiotics we are using in our chemistry in our daily life. We are using normally different kind of the drugs. For some time we are using the neurotransmitter drug, normally just to regulate the stress level, tension. As we know, we are living in an era of that normally we are having some kind of problem. So just to maintain it, we are using the tranquilizers, different kind of drugs. So these are the part of the chemistry. What I told you that basically we are using, but basically we are thinking this is the where is the application of the chemistry. There are different kind of application in the chemistry. One more example I want to take like polymer, polythene, rubber, cellulose, artificial sugar. These all we are using in our daily life, but we cannot correlate the this is the chemistry. Artificial sugar we are taking nowadays, the diabetic person, those who cannot take the direct sugar, they are taking the in the form of tablet. Actually, it is a as we know that this is a sweet in taste and more sweet in taste according to the normal sugar, but it is harmful for our body also. Chemically, when we see the structure, how it is working on our body, then we can realize only this is the harmful things. Normally we are using chemistry. Normally, as I told in the beginning, as we are eating chemistry like carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals, as we are using the different kind of cleaning agent, different kind of drug, different kind of the industrial uses, different kind of industrial product like paint, dyes, ink, cosmetics. But how it is related to our life, sometimes we are not able to correlate this. So basically, my topic was the general topic. What is the applied chemistry? Applied chemistry is nothing. We are whatever the we are using application of the chemistry in our daily life. That was the normal topic I have taken it. For the detailed structure and one topic that I can continue in the next lecture. But these are the basic information how it is related to the our life. Thank you very much, everyone. Any question, query?
Thank you very much, madam, for wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. Now I
Thank you, sir.
request dear participants, if you have any query regarding today's topic, please come ahead and ask your queries. Ma'am will answer it. Dear participants. I mean, there is no query, any question, because ma'am, you have explained the topic in a simple language.
Yeah.
You express all those details in very uh, sincere manner. So we could
Thank you.
understand a lot of things from your lecture. So there is no point to ask any questions. So thank you so much. Now I
Thank you very
request the
much,
chief organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M. Ambedkar, sir. Sir, please come ahead and have some concluding words for today's session. Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So many things are there to explain. This whatever I remember that particular time, just that thing only I'd explain. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sure, sir, I will. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Hmm.
Sir, I would like to say thanks to ma'am. She has given excellent examples and great explanation. And today I got that meaning of applied chemistry because I have taught about that. I have taught 5 years in such college. But what is the meaning of applied here is exactly what I got to know today, that the real science that we use in our daily based life. Very great
Thank you,
explanation,
ma'am.
ma'am. Would like to hear you again in future with more new
Yeah,
topics.
thank you. Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Sure. Sure.
And thanks to the team and Betka sir and Prashant sir and every other member for recognizing me every time.
Thank you so much, Chetna Madam, Honorable Principal Sir. Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur, in Maharashtra State, organized a world record series 2. Today we have completed 225th day of the series, and the topic for today's presentation was a very important one, that is applied chemistry, which have been presented by Honorable Anjana Tiwari Madam, where Madam have explained what is chemistry, then different examples of applied chemistry, then the difference between chemistry and applied chemistry, why is applied chemistry important one, chemistry we use in our daily life. So all these points with many examples have cleared in front of us in today's session by Honorable Anjana Madam. Ma'am, really it was very informative session for today,
Thank you very
and
much,
you
sir.
we appreciated your lecture a lot. So thank you so much on behalf of the organizing committee members. You have paid your valuable time for the series. So thanks once again. I thanks
Thank you very
the
much,
chief
sir.
organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M. Betkar sir. Also, I am very thankful all the participants and the colleagues from my college, those who joins regularly to the series and uh, enhance the beauty of the series, also encourages us every day. And also thanks to Chetna Madam, also share some views in every day webinar series and ask nice questions, share her views, also appreciate to our webinar series. So thanks a lot to you, Madam. Now I request all the participants, please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. So with the kind permission of the chief organizer, I declare today's session is over. Thank you, Anjana Madam. It was very
Thank you,
nice
sir. Thank you very
lecture.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.